Welcome back to Vigor. In this episode, I'm going to do something a little bit different. And if you happen to like what I do, please leave a like on this video. I may try to do this in every other video I make on this game. What I'm going to do is place my objectives in the top right of the screen. You know, like back in the good old days of like Metal Gear Solid and, well, no, not really. But pretty much those single player games where you like hit the select button on your PlayStation 2 controller and you see your objectives like pull up in the top right hand of your screen. I'm gonna try to do that in this video. So please like the video if you like this idea that I have going on. So right now, scanning the lobby, and what's dangerous to me is that SG-1. And also a guy with the M249. Him. Everything else, I'm not really worried about. This is actually the most tamest lobby I've ever seen on Fisk's Fabrikk. And so, what's my first objective? My first objective is to make it to the suburbs. And when I say suburbs, I mean the little row of houses, right? Because that's where you get all the loot. So I'm not going to take that path right there. Instead, I'm going to take the path that's next to the shelter up here. You want to know why I do that? Look, there's a person right there. Now you see, I wasn't expecting him to be there, but something just told me to come this way. And also, there's a house right here. You never know what's going to be in here, you know? That's me. I'm loot driven. So my objective is still in sight, right? And so I'm going to loot this house. And when I don't see any pots that I can loot, that tells me there's no picture, which sucks. But then the container goes off. My objective still remains the same. I'm not going to investigate the container. I'm too far. Also, there's at least 2 people there already, because somebody spawns near it and somebody else spawns down the road from it. And I just know that because of how the spawn system works. Now, a comm station has just been used, right? But then another one gets used too. So there's a 66% chance that somebody's in this barn still. However, my objective still remains the same. Notice it has not changed at the top right hand of your screen. But I'm going to sneak up here just to get a bearing on where a guy is headed. But when I don't hear anything, I realize it's not worth the effort to chase this guy down. At this point, he's a ghost. At this point. And some gunshots go off near the container. Again, not worried about it. Not worried about it at all. But then I see somebody else also in the suburbs. So now my objective is changed. Now that I'm pretty much in the suburbs, now I have to loot it without getting detected. We know that there's at least one person there. At least. Now, given the container is still being unlocked, so there's probably people still flocking to it, what's their next move? To come here. You gotta think ahead in situations like this. And so, I'm going to crouch through here. Not walk, but crouch. We've seen at least one person. At least. And there we go. Somebody's running. If they're close enough for me to hear, then they're close. Especially in this area. So, the second part, without detection, is going to get real difficult. Because somebody else is approaching from this direction too. You're going to hear them in just a moment. And so when I do hear them, I check, and they're heading off towards that exit. Now, notice the red door. Those 2 doors of that house is open. So pretty much this area just might be cleared out. There may be nothing left. But you heard that click? You heard that click? That was a combination lockbox. And that person's still inside this house. So now my objective has changed once again. That's right. I'm gonna try to kill him. And you see, I'm looking in the direction that where I think he's going to come out of. Given how much time he spent inside this one house, he has to have some stuff on him. He has to. There's no way, number one, he heard me, and number two, he knows anybody else is around. Listen to that. Opening, closing doors, walking without a care in the world. You can tell by how he's moving. He feels like he's safe. But he's being tracked by my ears, not my eyes. Not just yet. And so when I hear his footsteps grow more faint, I know he's running away from me. Well, not from me, but from this house. Where's the next house he's going to? That blue one. And you see he's in a doorway. Now see, right here, I'll almost make a mistake. If he was looking in this direction, he would have seen me walking this way. But look, he's going to cross that doorway like nothing. And so when I notice that, I know I'm still in the clear. I'm still in the clear. And I'm just watching right now, and I'm waiting. At some point, he's either going to jump down from the balcony, which is actually going to be good for me because less health I have to worry about, or walk out the front door. Or the back door, actually, which is actual kind of bad for me. But when I hear him walking, I know I gotta kill him. Because now he's in the open. He's in the field. He's sticking to the bushes and the trees, smart man, but he's still in the field. You see him right there. And so now, I'm gonna try to complete my objective. I had my ears on the entire time. While I was hunting this guy down, I heard that M249 go off. And yeah, I know before he said anything, he appeared to be unarmed. But he bought that pistol only as a form of self-defense. And you know what? Pause. Let me put up something that Ghosties number 1 put up. Yeah, he wasn't kidding when he said easy loot. The guy I killed had about, like 70% of a full bag? But that's over and done with. My current objective now, locate and stalk that M249 user. And he made it easy for me. We heard him just use his LMG in this direction. And who do you think is going to win? An M249 or a Thompson? Exactly. So, now, where is he at? I don't gotta wait long for him to reveal himself. Because I'm looking in the direction of the detector. And sure enough, he's right there. Now, my objective has changed once again. Objective complete. Now, it's time to figure out my next move. Because I'm all the way out here by my lonely. Yes, there's an M249 on my back now. And now I'm trying to figure out what else is there to do. I done killed 2 people, got loot off both of them, reload the M249, and right now I'm in a state of thinking, state of limbo. Continue to be aggressive, try to loot some more, or leave. But here's what I want to show y'all. He was prone right here. I was last spotted right there. So he was going prone up here to get an overwatch position on where I was last located. Now, I'm going to get the airdrop, or I'm going to try to get the airdrop. But there are multiple ways of doing this, and you're going to see me flip back and forth between the mindset I have going on. Here's what I'm thinking. I'm silenced, right? Nobody on the map knows where I'm at. Okay? So I could go to the detector and detect everybody on the map, but everybody on the map is going to know where I'm at. Or I can sneak to the airdrop and then use a PSD to where only one other person will know where I'm at. You see, going back and forth like that costs time. And we all know how valuable time is in the game, if not in real life. So I'm going to just, see about getting me a buried cache. You never know, might get lucky. But then I see this. There's a guy up there on the roof, most likely the SG-1 player, aiming down on somebody. And the airdrop is right there. So there is no way on God's green earth that I'm going to go for an airdrop when there's an auto sniper on top of a roof guarding it. But then I hear somebody else. And that somebody else is mad close. They're right there. My objective still remains the same. I'm going to get that airdrop. And I might gotta do it by force. And then I do this. I start walking. And I realize I can barely hear anything over the sound of my own footsteps. And where that guy, he was last seen heading this way, don't get me wrong. But what if he crouched behind a rock, turned around and saw me heading straight for him? That'd be really bad, won't it? So, as I'm crouching right here, I'm expecting to get shot at, but I don't. Which means a guy well and truly left this position. Well and truly, look. Nowhere to be seen. And I'm even on top of a rock right now. I'm like, dude, if you're here, shoot at me. But he's not here. So, that's left well enough alone. I'm still going for this airdrop. The airdrop is still in the back of my head, but I'm just checking my tracks. Or potential tracks, rather. He's not here. I'm not getting shot at, not hearing any more footsteps. So, how am I going to get this airdrop when there's at least 2 people nearby? How? Well, let's take it one step at a time. But somebody uses the destructive tower. Behind, pretty much on a corner of the map where nobody usually goes. But then that happens. At the top of your screen, you will see a stick figure carrying a box. As we all know, that's an airdrop. It's not the actual airdrop. It's the red container airdrop. This is perfect. I can still get an airdrop without having to go through the crosshairs of that SG-1 user. Hold on. Y'all know what that reminds me of? Yeah, pretty much. Okay, now, notice how I put up there, safely retrieve airdrop. Y'all know why I put safely? Why else would that guy be on a roof like that? You see I'm looking in the direction of the destructive tower. He knows, as well as I know, I killed a guy with an airdrop. Granted, there's an airdrop right there in front of him, but he could still come over here and investigate. By the way how this guy was moving up here on this roof, it looked like he was being chased, if not being shot at. But anyways, here we go. Ammunition, airdrop. Now I could stay up here and get all the loot by destroying my nails and my metal, but it's too close to call. And you see the airdrop isn't stealth, and the radiation's here too. So I'm gonna take it safe and I'm gonna leave. Now, looking back at what that guy had on him, you can go back and rewind the video and look for yourself, but there wasn't much loot there. There was nothing but ammunition, weapons, and weapon parts. The thing that hurt me most going back and looking at his loadout now were the 3 VSS parts and the grenade. So if I would have destroyed my metal, I would have got nothing but consumables. And consumables do not give you XP, at least to my knowledge. So in my defense, I think I did that well by not risking it and basically playing off of borrowed time. Because if I would have stayed and pretty much optimized my loot, as I like to call it, that would have given that guy time to come and kill me. And in a head-on fight, who do you think is going to win? An SG-1, which hits like a truck, or an MP5 that, given, is accurate as all hell, but doesn't hit as hard? You know? So, let me know if you like this style of video that I'm doing right now. Well, not this style, but this style of commentary too, where I'll put objectives up and I can see what's going through my head. So, like the video if you enjoyed that. And I'll catch y'all in the next episode. Until next time, peace.